Yeah, this is another take. The last take, I'm having a difficult time reading my own writing. So I think what I'm going to do is prepare and type it up. And this way I could read it and then discuss it. I'd like to first off start by saying don't have any formal training about anything that I'm going to discuss. This is me just on my journey of life and through trials and trial and error of things that happened in my life and how things became clearer and clearer to me, and it helped me find peace and continue to find peace because I'm human, and things still happen in my life where I get knocked out of balance, but it's easier for me to get knocked back into balance. This morning I did the same thing that I do every morning, and I'll say it all the time. I dropped to my knees as soon as I got out of my bed, and I gave thanks. I grabbed a coffee, sat down, and I read several books, and here I am. And the thought that I came up with, which I'm writing in my book, or I wrote in my book this morning, is the topic of distractions. Why does the mind give distractions? Or it can be better said as, why does the mind create distractions? Because that's what we do. Google definition says a distraction is an extreme agitation of the mind or emotions. Or is it the ego trying to protect my truth? Is it a learned behavior that can be broken once I understand my truths? I believe it's a learned behavior. When focusing on something and an external distraction occurs, removing my thoughts from the current task, which is you guys, in my opinion, is acceptable. But to lock in on a thought, so this is in my head right now, and let's just say it's going on and on, to lock in on a thought, and while that's happening, I'm locking in on this. You see what I'm saying? If that's continuing on and on and on with other thoughts, and it's not healthy, those are self-made distractions. Those are self-induced distractions. Those can be undesired or bring on undesired feeling and emotions. That leads to physical changes in the body, to your chemistry, bringing us to a state of deep depression or resentful anger, which in turn puts a huge distraction that sticks. So these resentful angers and and deep depression, that's definitely something that sticks with some of us. That's a huge distraction because that's what it is. You're distracting yourself from life. It has us now believing that we can't get out of it, attempting us to believe it is our truth, changing our everyday lives, affecting our well-being and those around us. Everybody's affected. If you have resentful anger, everybody's affected. If you're in a deep depression, everybody's affected. You want to stay in your bed. You don't want to get out. You think you're scared to go outside. You just want to crawl up and you want everybody to leave you alone. And sometimes it can get so bad that you might get suicidal. Resentful anger it comes out on everybody in a bad way. The people closest to you. You tend to lash out at them for no reason, and you don't even realize you're doing it. And you don't care. You're like, this is my world. This is the way it's supposed to be. It's not right. It's an inside job, like I said before. So it affects our well-being and those around us. The key is to see these distractions for what they are. We must try to remain focused on what and why we do things. So get rid of the distractions. So whatever I'm doing, I try to just say, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm picking up this book and I'm putting it down. That's what I'm doing. Stay with the book. This is done by living in the moment. If I am cutting grass, I'm cutting grass. If I am folding clothes, I'm folding clothes. Whether or not I enjoy these tasks, I should stay with them. When I'm focused on something I enjoy doing. Now with the cutting grass, those are just examples, but I really do enjoy cutting grass. But folding clothes, I hate folding clothes. So what I'm doing, I might start, I'm somewhere else. I'm thinking about the person that cut me off in line at Walmart or cut in front of me on the road. That's gone. That's gone. That they don't even care or know I exist. But it's taking up space. It's creating real estate in my mind, and it hasn't gone anywhere. That's not good. That's a distraction. That's a distraction. But when I'm focused on something I enjoy doing, there is no time. And for some reason, I'm not distracted. My mind is saying, this is okay, this feels good. So I'm in the flow of life. I am one with self. So when I have something I'm concerned with, I should provide myself time to think about it, sit with it, be with the thought, then be with someone else about the thought. So if something's bothering me, I can't live with it. I used to be angry. I used to live with it and lash out at people. And maybe, my solution was, hey, let me pick up a drink. Let me go hang out and forget about things for a while. But guess what? Problem's still there. My glasses look like they're crooked. The problem's still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. So, nowadays what I try to do is, if I'm distracted, the way I realize this distraction is occurring, and I'm not talking about simple distractions, I'm talking about something deep, is when I start feeling different. My stomach starts to tense up, maybe my heart's racing a little bit, and I'm like, man, I can't stay with this. Because I can't stay with things now. So I used to, and then my body would tense up and you walk around, it's not good. So when I have these distractions, I put a little thought to it. I try to sit with the thought, and then I call somebody, a non-judgmental person who will listen to me, who knows me, who's not going to feed into my BS, who's not going to say, yeah, you're right, they're wrong. I don't want that, because I'm wrong. If somebody is 100% at fault, I have to find my 1%. If I can find my 1% fault in it, then I'll be better. I'll be better off, because it's not about them. It's about me. It's about my happiness. It's about my inner peace. It's about me finding that place where I can be and not have somebody take up the real estate in my head. So I have to find my 1% fault. That's not a lot. Yeah, they're wrong, but they're not 100% wrong. Where are you wrong? Find that 1%, and you'll find that, your life will be, it gets a little bit better. I'm telling you, trust me. I'm just talking through my experience. So when you're with someone else about this thought, a non-judgmental person, a person that doesn't feed into your BS, you practice this and you'll have less distractions. You will have more acceptance in your life. That's the 1% piece. Bringing on a more loving and forgiving life force. You will be one with the universe. In your flow, time will have no meaning. Same as when you sleep. To be in the flow of life gives life so much more meaning. It gives us purpose without thought. Try your best not to be distracted in thought. You deserve it. You definitely deserve it. You deserve to be happy. Everybody deserves to be happy. We all do. We all do. When I say you, I'm speaking of your true self, the one thinking your thoughts. Every time we are not in the flow, our physical being records it for the world to see. Our true nature cannot be hidden. Our body is a representation of our inner self, how we smile, how we talk. If we have a nervous tick, right now my foot could be ticking, but it's not. You can camouflage your true nature through lies, but in the end, we will all pay for it. Your body can only endure so much pain until it begins to speak to you through injury, disease, sickness, the list goes on. Yeah. People, my back, unless you fell and something happened, but if you just normal everyday life and your back starts hurting, you're just feeling tired all the time, or you're just not feeling well and you have these sick and your stomach tenses up, or you're overweight and you're just eating all the time. These are things that your inner being is saying, man, something's going on. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. Feel it. Try just laying in bed or wherever you want. Lay on the ground and feel your body. I don't mean physically touch your body. I mean, close your mouth, breathe, and that person inside. I want everybody to keep your mouth closed and say, hey, how are you? Now, who is that? That is you talking to your physical self. And when you ask that question, you're inside now. Feel your body. Feel your hands, roll down to your hands, roll down to your feet, roll down to your legs, or roll up to your legs, to your back, come to your head. And the whole time, just focus on your breathing. And when you start feeling those pains in your body, like, oh, what's that? What's this? You'll see what I'm talking about. And then maybe you could address it. Try some stretching, just breathing. It's amazing how breathing helps. I never realized it, but I used to sit around or even walk or do things and I wasn't breathing until I started consciously thinking about breathing. It helped tremendously. So listen to your body, adjust your thoughts, prevent distractions. All of these things may seem impossible to some, but that would just be more distractions having you believe you can't. Isn't that something? Because you can. We all can. Focus on your true nature. And that is to be loving, caring, and kind. You deserve it. So practice, practice, practice. What do you have to lose? Your mind? You may have lost it already. So, it's amazing. But it really is distractions. That's something that I never really put to thought. But this morning I decided to think about it, and it helped me out to think about it. And I was going to read, you know what, we'll save this for tomorrow. But thank you for listening, and until tomorrow, God bless. Take care of yourself. Peace.